You made me alert, awake, and aware. Lessons learned here were the most toughest, beneficial, and meaningful of my life. The country I spent 2 years of my life became a travel connection to the rest of the world. This story is of England, my stepping stone to the world. So my travel started from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan after two major events in my life, and after that I thought, you know what, it's time to make a change in my surroundings so that I can get out of that depression or sad mode and be a better version of myself. So I thought to myself, what can I do? Where can I go? Who can I talk? And what can I do at this very moment? I looked into some options and I saw that there's an internship program in University of Essex, London, and I was like, that sounds interesting, let's try it out. So I applied for it and I was waiting for the approval of the application. But the problem I was having was that the money was the biggest issue, because then I was a student, and like every other broke student, we didn't have money to travel while we were studying or working and all of that. So basically what ended up happening is I was like, I'll start working now and see how much I make in 4 months, because the term was starting in January. I made my decision, I think, in September to move to England. I was in, I think, 2 months down the road, and I looked in my bank account. I had only $500 in my pocket after all the expense, and I was working at the Pizza Hut as a delivery driver, so obviously I wasn't making too much money at the time. So I was 3 months in. I had 2 months left to make a decision if I want to go or not. My application was approved to go to England. Now at this time I was like, I have no other option but to call my dad. I called my dad. I was like, okay, so this is what's happening. I need to go to England in 2 months. I don't have money. I only have $500. What should I do? And my dad said that to me, that just keep trying. If there's a will, there is a way. The worst thing could happen is that you might not make money, and we can help you out if you want, but try your best and keep pushing it. So 2 months down the road, I started looking into things, how I can raise money and stuff like that. And then I came across some of these scholarships in the university, which I thought nothing of it, because I know I might not be able to get it because I'm not the smartest student on the planet. So anyways, I applied for it and started working. I didn't make much of the money. By the end of the November, I had around 400 and some pennies. I actually lost money because I had a car accident in that time period, so I had to pay quite a bit to get that fixed. Now that I am almost the end of November, I have 1 month to figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna get the plane ticket, where I'm gonna go and stay. But I was like, I'm hopeful that it might work. Even if it doesn't, I'll just give it a full go and see how it goes. And just after November, I got a letter saying that I got approved for a scholarship of $1,000, and I was over the moon, because I know this $1,000 can easily cover my ticket to and from England. So that's good. Now the only thing I have to worry about is where I'm gonna live in England. Now at this time I was like, if I got the ticket just in the end, I believe it, I'll make it work, it'll be fine. So I ended up booking a ticket was fine. And then the night before I think I was flying, I got an email saying that I got 2 scholarship of $1,000. So now I have $2,000, which I was over the moon, because I figured out how and where I'm gonna live. So that was good. And as soon as I got that, I was happy. I got on the plane, came to England, and paid for the hotel and everything, and it just turns out great. In February, after a month of staying in England, I got an email saying that you got 1 more scholarship of $2,000. With that money, I actually started traveling more and going outside of England, because I know I'm working, I'm getting paid a little bit, and I have these scholarships coming. I think even getting to England wasn't the greatest time for me, because when I got to England, obviously I didn't bring any bedding or anything with me because I thought it would be provided, but that wasn't the case, because when I got to my room, all I had is a mattress and nothing on it. So I had no bed sheet, nothing to sleep on, no pillows, and it was very cold in the flat. So what I ended up doing, I ended up sleeping on the ground next to a heater, which saved my life, because I would have freeze to death. Fast forward, I got up the next day, I got myself bed sheets and stuff, everything worked well. But I think the lesson here is jump in knowing that it might not work. You still have to jump in and give everything you got, rather than staying on the sidelines thinking that, oh, it might not work, so I'm not going to try. And I'm very sure, and I believe that 110%, that if you're going all in, I'm sure you will find a way to figure things out for yourself. There's no way you're going to retreat or you're going to not make that happen. go all in, you'll always come out of it as a better person on the other side. But if you never try, you will never know. So I want to show you what the university look like. So here's a picture of university. If you see these two towers, this is where I used to live with my amazing 14 other flatmates. We went to party almost every Thursday or Friday. And not just that, we actually went to London together, visited places like London Eye and other beautiful architectural cathedrals throughout the city. But one thing that excited most, because I was kind of like a Harry Potter fan and I wanted to see the places, we ended up taking a trip to Oxford University, and that's where the bulk of the Harry Potter film was shot. There is no such thing as Hogwarts. It's actually a different parts of different university they have taken and used it as a Hogwarts. This is the hallway of Hogwarts University. This tree, you will see it here, is also one of the trees where Malfoy got turned into a frat by a professor. Here you will see a dark alley, you'll see diagonal alley. I think to summarize my visit, London specifically was great. No doubt I had an amazing time in there. However, I think there were times where I wasn't really happy. Like if you go outside of tourist attractions, I don't think you will find very attractive things. The city mainly smelled bad for me. And again, it's just my observation. It could be completely wrong, so don't take my words for it. There were garbage on the streets. A lot of the streets smelled like piss in there. Other than that, I would say like if you want to see the culture, you would have to go outside of like the London downtown and see the culture there. So that's all for now. Let's see you in Morocco next. Take care.